Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another episode here on the Sticks and Bones podcast. It is High Priestess Chelsea and Dr. K, and we're back with another amazing episode. But before we dive in, how are you, Dr. K?
I'm good. This spring weather is, out for the girls. It is perfect Greek mythology reading weather, like curl
It
up
is.
outside, plant all of your new flowers, start your garden, and crack open a myth book. That's what I'm doing.
Honestly, it really is that time. This is the kind of weather I like to open a window and read a book, and we have our beautiful bookmarks and our candles lit. And it's just honestly the best. Also, it's Friday when we're recording, so I am ordering pizza after this. I am treating myself to
What
some
kind of pizza?
pizza. I don't know. I was probably gonna go with a Sicilian pie today.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to take a look, but I'm feeling like I want to do a Sicilian pizza. So
Ooh.
for those of you out there that might be into Catholicism or Catholic folk stuff, it is Lent, so we cannot eat meat on Fridays. So
Eat fish on Fridays.
and I don't eat fish, so I'm like
That's
pizza.
right. Oh, weirdly sticking to Lent myself. I'm doing sushi sandwiches. Well, like California roll with like the imitation crab because like fish will kill Kev. So like
Yeah. I was thinking about getting sushi today, honestly. I just do not feel
Ooh.
like cooking. Sometimes to be a girl is hard when you're working and you're doing things and you're cleaning. And at the end of a Friday at the end of the week, who wants to cook?
The girls have had enough.
I'm
And
tired.
I'm tired. I'm planning Toby's removal. Like the girls got a girl.
I know, I know. We have a lot of stuff going on, in our own personal lives and the store. And it's at the end of the day, you just sometimes the girls need to order a pizza because I'm done. I wasn't even going to. I'm like, oh, I just went food shopping. No, I'm getting a pizza. I don't care.
No, no, who cares? Nobody does.
I literally don't care. But speaking of so many things going on, we are talking about today Calypso the Enchantress, which I'm very excited. For those of you that don't know Calypso, we're talking about, well, I can't speak for Dr. K, but my favorite Greek hero, Odysseus.
I
What'd you
don't know
think?
if I have like a favorite. Like they're all snazzy in their own way.
You just have to pick. I mean, they all have war crimes, so I was just kind of have to ignore it. They've all committed war crimes. You just have to
Love
ignore.
let it go. Oh, I would love to literally look at the Geneva Convention and look at the Greek heroes and see who has committed the most war crimes.
Yeah, I think I said to you, I
Was
was
it
like, Odysseus is my favorite hero, and you're like, so what? How do you feel about him throwing babies off a wall? And I'm like,
yeah,
I mean, right. I mean, we didn't have to bring
about
that
that.
up.
How do you feel about that?
Honestly, I plead the fifth. We're talking about him and Calypso today because I just want to talk about the love story.
Love story.
Well, love story, air quotes.
Love
Listen,
story.
I am leading people on to the podcast episode, okay? You might think this is a love story. It depends on how you're taking it, all right?
Listen, Disney, do
Okay.
I have a story for you?
I don't know why they've never done Odysseus.
Like they did Hercules, which like they used his Roman name and we got like Mr. Hey, you get off my cloud, but like, why not do more heroes?
I love Zeus in that one, honestly. I have to say, if we're ever looking for good Zeus propaganda, the Hercules Disney movie is
I,
the best.
I know I was texting you about this earlier, but like in the parts that we were reading today, I was getting the Hercules Zeus's vibes from Zeus in what we were reading. And I was like, I'm here for this. This is the Zeus I've been needing.
When you think of Zeus, you just think of a loud booming noise and man standing on a cloud being like, ha ha ha, that's my boy, Heracles. You know what I mean? That's what I think of. This just
It's Disney's rendition.
Papa Zeus, But then when you read about, we talked about Zeus's we were Zeus's PR team this month and we talked about his cheating scandals. I don't know if that's that Zeus.
His indiscretions.
He is very
Allegedly.
he has many personalities. I feel
He's a man of many talents. There are many things and many interesting things about him.
Well, speaking of Zeus's PR episode, Dr. K, what do we have going on YouTube and extra members content? Because we just launched an extra members content playlist. I don't know what you want to call it.
The
Group
girls, yeah.
for the girls here on YouTube. So
Yeah.
tell me, what do we have?
Well, the mystery cult, good lord, is open to all once again. And now for everybody on the mystery cult on the members only side of YouTube, For $9.99 a month, you guys get 3 extra video content episodes. This can range anywhere from Zeus's spin team, where we're, talking about his indiscretions,
Mhm.
allegedly. We are also talking about, did Hades kidnap his wife? Was it legal? Who could say? And we're also now not only diving into book club with retellings like Song of Achilles, Hera, all of that kind of stuff, but also our Greek myth book recommendations. So not only are we sticking to the classics like the Iliad and, of course, the Odyssey, but what other myth books are out there and what is good? So I'm super excited because me and High Priestess Chelsea both have this book. We both
Mhm.
have the same thoughts, and I don't know how we both like got this at the same Barnes and Noble one day.
I think it was in the $10 annex section. Honestly, I was just
That section gets me
there.
every time.
Yeah, and for those of you listening, over on my podcast and YouTube channel, I just did a whole Greek mythology breakdown my bookshelf and look at all my statues, and I took you to Barnes and Nobles, and what I got there was this book of the Odyssey. So I kind of walked you through it. Me and Dr. K have the same translation of the Odyssey today. So for those of you that want to
Mm-hmm.
check that out, I was showing off some really cool things I have from Sticks and Bones, explaining how I use it. So that is always really fun. But we always wind up with the same book sometimes. It's very interesting because like I sometimes like getting a different translation than you, but
Yeah, I really wanted to dive into this one today because Emily Wilson is like the first woman to translate it, and I think she lives in Philly. Um, but oh yeah, she's a prof at Penn. Um,
awesome.
but yeah, no, I'm really interested in this, and I was telling a little fun fact about this image. It's Minoan. So I was telling I briefly told you, I was like, want to know all the strange information I know about this image? And she was like, no, and I just unleashed it anyway.
I was like, I honestly just bought the cover because of the
It's
gilded
pretty.
gold on it. Because like I've
Oh,
said
it's
in
gorgeous.
my podcast or my YouTube channel, I curate things on my bookcase for a specific reason. Obviously, you want to make sure the author is good, but I am judging the art on some of these books. So yeah, we have
Mm,
so many thoughts. So join us over on the Mystery Cult. We also are going to be doing like vlogs. I think we're planning a trip to the museum
I'm
at
so
one
excited.
point this summer. So come hang out with us. It'll be fun if you're looking for more from the Sticks and Bones girls. But okay, so we have to get into today's episode. So today, what inspired our episode is that we are really into divine feminine like goddess archetypes. We really think women and even men and however you identify can fit into any archetype, right? Where
Mhm.
human beings are very multifaceted, like we were just saying with Zeus. I would love to break down his archetype one day. Like what is he? Like
All, all.
it's just all. But I feel like goddesses really fall into the archetypes a lot.
Yeah.
Like they are the queen, they are the maiden, they are the enchantress, they are, the sorceress, the mother.
Hmm.
Like I always think of Demeter, and they fit in all different types, right? You're not just one, like we are just multifaceted. So
Yes.
today we're doing the archetype of the enchantress, which is we really were inspired by Calypso. She is a lesser known goddess, but
Yeah.
an enchantress nonetheless.
Yeah. We really wanted to dive into her just to kind of be like, because we did the whole episode on archetypes season two.
Oh my God, I think we should like do another one. I think that was 2 years ago, but people loved that episode. We were fitting goddesses in certain archetypes, like the warrior is like Athena or like Artemis.
Yeah,
Um,
I think we should maybe revamp that, give it like a facelift and everything.
we
And like
do.
maybe we'll pick things out of a bowl and like rapid fire, and because if you look up like feminine archetypes, there are so many, but I feel like with Greek mythology and, Greek goddesses and everything, those archetypes, some of them, I don't like their names. And I feel like we could do so much better.
Yeah, I know we had like an episode on the crone where we talked about the crone a lot and we were spinning that archetype because crones are tend to be like decrepit. And even, we talked about the Witch of Erich though. And
Yeah,
yeah, I don't always relate to like what people are saying online. And I feel like at Sticks and Bones, we've kind of created our own archetypes based on the goddesses because we like to see ourselves in them and vice versa.
100%. Yeah. So,
So Calypso today fits under the Enchantress, but I kind of wanted to like get your take on how do you define the Enchantress? Like what are some words you maybe associate with that as a divine feminine archetype? Because like we might have two different answers, and I think that's okay.
yeah, I think with the Enchantress, how she is vastly different, but similar to like the Sorceress, because I know High Priestess Chelsea and I have gone back and forth of like what separates these two because they're so
Hmm.
similar but vastly different. So for me with the Enchantress, it's very much like if I had to give a goddess with it immediately. Aphrodite, Roman Venus. Like it's instantly a woman who is confident, assured of herself and her
Mhm.
power. So um power in like your sexuality and your body and everything. So it's kind of like that inherently like feminine everything about you. That's what I think of the Enchantress and using that to get what you want.
I agree. And when I looked up online, they were associating Enchantress with magic, but I actually associate the sorceress with that. I understand that there could be a little bit
Yeah.
of crossover, but I agree with you. I think the Enchantress is someone that is just enchanting, like their energy, and it's
Yes.
because they are confident. You know, like when you're so confident in yourself that you can immediately demand the attention in a room, even if you think you're not
Mm-hmm.
the prettiest person in a room, if you just walk into a room a certain way, people are already noticing you. And it's not like you have to
Mm-hmm.
be like Megan Fox or Jolie. It's just your energy is commanding everything because you're confident.
Correct. Yeah, no, I fully agree with you about the sorceress. That one I see a little bit more like
Cersei.
uh pharmakeia, magic,
Yes.
sorcery. Like that's where I see all of that.
Yeah, I mean the word sorcery is in it, so that's why I'm like that's more magic to me. But the Enchantress definitely Aphrodite. It's giving Aphrodite. It's giving. We really wanted to do Calypso because I feel like she's kind of forgotten sometimes when we're talking about mythology. But when we read the Odyssey, like you guys are gonna see our thoughts today on Calypso. Like she is she Enchantress? Is she not? I don't know.
I don't know. She's doing a thing or two. Like,
I mean,
I don't
she's doing
know.
her thing. But I did want to announce that in the store, Six Months Temple, we do have an entire Divine Feminine Archetype collection that are based on these goddesses. So we do have the Queen, which can be associated with literally anybody. It can be some of the
Yeah.
minor figures in myth, like Helen of Troy, Penelope, Clytemnestra. You also
Mm-hmm.
have the goddesses like Hera, Aphrodite, Persephone.
Mm-hmm.
They also fit the archetype of the queen. We were saying even Hecate fits the queen.
Yeah, because she's
So
technically like leading the restless dead.
technically on a technicality, so like she fits that archetype. We have Kore, which we just launched in the store because Persephone is back in the mortal realm. We are celebrating Lucis. Kore
Huzzah.
is the maiden archetype, right? So
I
that
mean,
can really,
her name literally means like young girl, maiden, like
yeah, maidens are also like technically are virgins. So you can put Hestia in there,
mhm.
you can put Artemis, you could put Athena, depending on that, you
Yeah,
know.
100%. Like it's really kind of like unwed, but all of these different archetypes, women really hit all of these archetypes at different points in their lives. And like I
Absolutely.
I love having that kind of personal touch, not only to be able to connect to like the feminine archetypes or anything, but to connect to these female characters in mythology, to a larger story. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it. It's like the whole point of mythology is that the gods are very reflective of human beings and vice versa. So you are going to see similarities. They're exaggerated similarities, but you are going to see things that you can relate to, even in
Mm-hmm.
2025 with women from the ancient world. And I think that's what's really beautiful. And that's why we have these archetypes. We also are doing the goddess, which is just everything. Like if I feel
It's
like that's
all
every archetype, that you want to embody. And I feel like
100%.
because we just launched Kore, the maiden also reminds me of like transitions and new beginnings. So
Yes, with spring.
it's not even just like being a young girl. It's maybe
No,
you just like need a new beginning, need to
it's
start
like
over.
this purity, this innocence, this like new beginnings,
Hmm.
transitions, growth, and like perfect for spring. The equinox is occurring. We're all starting gardens. It's really, you have to start somewhere. So why not put your best foot forward with Kore?
Okay, wait, I need to show you guys. I have all of these candles sitting next to me, but I need to show you Kore because me and Dr. K were this artwork actually like makes me so sad, but so like I don't know if you know Persephone's story, right? And her candle, we changed the artwork on it, and it's actually Hades grabbing her and dragging her into the underworld. This is Kore, if you guys see. This is just her as a young girl. Her hair is in the breeze. She's like running through a field of flowers.
This is a teehee candle.
This is a Teehee candle, but it's her as a young girl. And I feel like
I
when we think
love
of
it.
Persephone, we don't always think of this, but this is part of who she is. She's not just goddess of the spring. Like she's Kore. She was this young girl before she got snatched.
I mean, this
No.
candle perfectly encapsulates like, yes, you can be a queen and like confident and stand in your power all day long. I often think about this with like me and Kevin at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, I want to be that teehee little girl and run
Oh
up
yeah.
and get ice cream. Like I want to be that.
It's giving I'm just a girl. Like I don't
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm just a girl. I don't know how to hang curtains, so I have to call my dad because I'm just a girl. Like I don't know how to fix things. Sorry. I mean, I could learn, but I don't want to.
Why? Why?
I'm sorry. Men are meant to build things and it's not me. So like you can go hang stuff. It's not
You
me.
can go hang stuff and I'll judge and I'll tell you it's not level.
Oh, no, I don't even care. I mean, I'll put out a nice little snack tray for you, but I am done. Like,
I'll fetch the sustenance.
yeah. So we have Divine Feminine Archetype boxes in the store right now where you can select what archetype you want, and we will create a box for you with
I'm
some
so
of these
excited.
candles included to create like a little archetype altar for yourself or have it in your house when you want to embody something. I mean, I love it.
It's perfect for vanity.
Or you could buy these candles separately. So that's over on Sticks and Bones. Corey just came out. We'll come out with more archetypes as the year goes on. We're thinking of doing the warrior, the scholar. Like we have so many ideas.
Oh yeah, because I there was no warrior archetype, and I didn't like the wise woman name for an archetype. So I was
Why
like,
does that feel
"Meh."
like it's just like culturally appropriative? You know what I mean? Like the wise woman. I don't know, it just feels like it doesn't belong
It
in
doesn't
Greek.
belong. And like as a smarty pants, here at Sticks and Bones between the both of us being smarty pants, I would like to be called a scholar, like a wise woman. That doesn't feel like me.
No, I don't know. Something about that doesn't sound right. Like
No, why have a wise woman when you could be a treasure trove of useless information?
it's
Like that's a
giving
scholar.
new age spiritual movements with the really chuggy oracle deck that says wise woman on it that you pull and you're like, this ain't me. That's what I think of. Honestly, I'm sorry, new age spiritual movements have ruined me. But
Yeah,
anyway, so today we're going to be uncovering the archetype of the Enchantress. So we're starting with Calypso because who doesn't love
love
a good
story.
a good quote unquote love story? Or as our title says, being holding a Greek hero captive.
Yeah.
Okay, so the question that we are asking today is, and we are pulling, for those of you that always ask, what book are you guys reading? Listen up, okay? This is the Odyssey
The
over.
Odyssey.
We have the Emily Wilson translation. You have the same book as me, yes, for this one?
That I do.
Okay, so we're using the Emily Wilson translation, but this is the Odyssey. Amazing, love it, recommend. If you guys have never read it, I'm sure a lot of you that are here are Greek myth enthusiasts, but if you haven't, we're pulling from book 5. Okay, this is when Odysseus is trying to make his way home from the war that has lasted for so long.
Far too long.
And he winds up on an island with this lesser goddess. Some references refer to her as a nymph, and her name is Calypso.
Yes.
And we are uncovering today, did Calypso enchant Odysseus into sleeping with her, or does it take two to tango, or is there more to the story?
Yes.
Right? And remember, this original story is written by a man, so we have to always keep that in mind.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, where would you like to? Okay, I guess maybe we say our stance. I believe she enchanted Odysseus.
Oh, she enchanted the fuck out of Odysseus. Like, case closed.
Yeah, let's just end the podcast now. She definitely enchanted Odysseus, but I would say, and I think we might have a different stance on this, that when I was reading through this, because Odysseus getting home is like so tragic and like he's just trying to get home to Penelope. And
Yes.
everything is just going wrong because Poseidon has beef with him, right? Like, we're not even going to go into the whole backstory. Okay. He's lost everything. Things are not good for him right now. Athena is trying to negotiate with Poseidon to get Odysseus home. She has to go to Zeus because,
Her and her uncle are not compadres.
no, because
Like,
of the beef over Athens, which we're going to talk about in a podcast coming up soon on Sticks and Bones. I think it's might be the next one.
right after.
So stay tuned for that. We will dive more into that beef. But no one wants beef with the Earth Shaker. Let me tell you, the literal god of the ocean. I'm scared.
Imme- Immediately no. Like,
Yeah,
no.
Poseidon's not letting down on him. He's like, you're stuck on that island. Like, come in my waters. I'm gonna drown you. And I'm like,
I
oh,
mean, fair.
fair, fair. But so that's kind of what's going on. And don't forget, he just was in a very tragic war. He lost all of his men. He's by himself. Why did he lose all his men? Because they touched the sacred cattle. Okay, even though they
Yeah.
were warned not to.
Honestly, last time on the epic, nothing but bad news bears.
Right.
Like
So Odysseus is really down and out. And so I'm viewing this as like a man that is just like, I think he's stuck on this island for what, 7 years?
far too long. It's 7 years. And like the book one, we get a line that like a year goes by in a line. And I was talking about this off screen and saying, like, I wish we got more, but like I
We
get
don't.
we only get what we get and we can't throw a fit. This is written like 2,800 years ago. What am
Yeah,
I
it's like
complain?
I'm waiting for the new version of Homer to drop. Like
Yo, did you see the new book that Homer just dropped?
someone get out there and perform necromancy and raise him. Okay, we need to know. We need to get
We
to
need
see.
to know. I'm
He's the
going to
only
the
one.
source. You know
Like,
what? That's who I'd like to have a conversation with at dinner, Homer. I have some questions.
okay, okay, before we start, if you had to raise a shade up from the underworld, who would it be?
I have two.
You could have to.
Okay. Hear me out. Number one, Homer. Self-explanatory. Number two, I would love to bring up either probably Antonius. You know what? Fucking, I'm gonna bring up Antonius.
That's what I was gonna say. How did he die?
How did you die? And did you actually love Hadrian? Did Hadrian actually love you? Like
I need
these
to
are the
know the
things.
tea.
This is what keeps the girls up at night.
We had a whole conversation, and one day I would love to do a podcast deep diving into Hadrian and Antonius because it's crazy. But I need to know how he died. Like I told Dr. Gay, we're getting so off subject, but I was randomly got sucked into the rabbit hole of Hadrian and Antonius, and I for hours was researching.
Yeah, it's a
I
lot.
was looking for an answer, and there's no like no one knows. He just obviously drowned in the Nile, but like I want to
Why?
know.
Yeah.
I would bring up Odysseus because I have some questions. Do you want to be my husband? Yes or yes?
Oh, I was going real people.
Oh, I would go mythological figure. I mean, is that not appropriate?
Yeah, you know, if there's a mythical figure, I'd bring him up because I have some questions too. Did you fake anything on your way home to get you to the next point? I have some
Of course
questions.
he did.
How much Jack Sparrowing did you do? And were you based, did they base Jack Sparrow on you? Yes or yes? Truth
I
or
mean,
real?
I feel like we just need to be the reporters from the underworld, like holding out microphones and like,
What did
excuse
you
me.
just see?
All right, anyway.
Scallywag.
So the scallywag Odysseus himself is stuck on this island for, I believe, 7 years. And you were going to say there was a line that you read that said something.
Yes. So basically, the first line, book one, like second stanza, we get a line where it's like, here's where we're brought into for the Iliad. I mean, the Odyssey, wherever I am. It says, Calypso, a great goddess, had trapped him in her cave. She wanted him to be her husband.
Yeah,
Dun,
he
dun,
was definitely.
dun.
I think
He got
he I think too, like from my point of view, because this man has just been through so much at this point. Like this is why we don't want to be favored by the gods in any sort of the sense or be a Greek hero because look at everything they go through.
yeah.
I think like because he gets stuck on this island for 7 years, has nothing but his thoughts. He's not going on crazy adventures, and now I feel like it's settling in. Of like he is now a veteran of war. Crazy things happen, and I feel like he really, in a sense, sometimes got taken advantage of.
Oh, 100%.
And
He's
and
not,
she's a goddess. Like, what is he supposed to do?
he's losing his marbles on the beach
I
daily.
know. I know. It like I actually feel so bad for him because he's just like stuck and Athena can't get him home because of Poseidon. It's actually really sad.
True. And what's interesting is because we kind of see a transition of what he has done before. Because it does seem like he's gone through a transition. I mean, he's been here for 7 years, but it does seem that he at one point did want to be with Calypso in the sense of, sleeping with her.
Hmm.
But because Calypso even makes like a statement to him of like I know like you don't want me anymore like you used to. So like I get it. It's been 7 years. You're not his wife, but
Yeah.
also like my guy, what happened? Like it, and I want to know how is she enchanting him?
I mean, she's Described as really pretty. I mean, when Hermes has to come see her because Zeus is like giving the order. Well, anyway, Athena goes to Zeus and is like, "We need to get Odysseus off this island. Like, you need to help me." And Zeus is like, "Great, I love this guy. Like, I'm gonna help him." And you're like, "What?"
The beginning of book 5, I just literally imagined Athena just stimp stomping her way
Yes.
to her father's throne room, throwing the doors open, is like, have you lost your mind? This man has been tangled in this woman's bed for 7 years. Can we do something?
Yeah, and he was like, "I love," basically like, "Yeah, I want to help this guy. I feel terrible."
About him. He's still around.
Yeah. Right. So I don't know, the way Zeus is portrayed in that is just like so interesting and so
Love it.
funny. But so Hermes has to come down to deliver the message. So he like sets off. It even says like he ties his sandals and he goes wee and has to go back down to Calypso. But he was even taken aback by how beautiful she was and makes mention of like her the braids in her hair. And obviously when someone comes to your home, you have to be like a good host. So she's like
She's the
getting
hostess of
everything
the
for him.
nicest.
But I kind of took it as like Hermes was interested in what he was seeing.
I mean, yeah, he keeps saying like, us deathless gods.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. What you
Hey,
gonna
I'm
do to
Hermes.
what you gonna do to burn some time when you're immortal? I don't know.
I stole Aphrodite's sandal one time. So I would assume from what we're reading, and remember, like we've said this before, if they're not making mention of a nymph or mortal or goddess's beauty, it's probably because they weren't that beautiful. I
Yeah.
think Calypso was that girl.
I mean, she even says she's that girl.
This is why I love her. She is that girl.
Yeah, like she really is kind of like really like stop your bitching and moaning. You can go. And she calls him a scallywag, like already queen energy. Like, love her.
I kind of laughed when I read that because I haven't heard that word in so long. And I'm like, he is because he reminds me of like the ancient Jack Sparrow. So like scallywag's the perfect term for Odysseus.
It threw me for a loop, kind of like our conversation about like Jason. Like, why is that an ancient Greek name?
Why is his name Jace?
And
Don't like Jason.
Odysseus literally flips out because she's like, okay, like get on a raft and go home. Like, get out of here, skedaddle.
Mhm.
And he's like, no, I will not get on a raft until
Yeah,
you promise me
you're trying to
you're
trick
not
me.
gonna, yeah, until you promise me you're not gonna traumatize me. And she's like, all right.
Well, that is a man suffering with PTSD. You know what I mean? He's looking at everyone like, "Excuse me, I am not. You're telling me to go in that ocean on a raft and Poseidon hates me?
Are you chumming the waters?
What deal did you make with him?" Like that's what
This
I
is a
would think.
man who's seen a thing or two and he
Yeah.
knows a thing or two. So that's why he's like, I need you to like swear to me.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so she basically is saying like, yeah, like I think that you should just go, like you should go back to your wife who you always pine for. But anyway, I know my body is better than hers is. I'm taller too.
Bye.
I actually don't need you anymore.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think after 7 years, she had realized that he wasn't going to love her or be her husband, and he was just a man that was like really down and out on his luck. And she was, he's a Greek hero. She obviously, listen, the girls are loving Odysseus because Circe was with him, like Athena favors him, so something about him is charming to them.
I get it, but he's literally just a man.
Yeah, but
Like,
they're bored. Like, what else? What else are they doing with they're like eternal, so like immortal. So like what are they doing with their life, Like
I guess. I
and
don't
he's like
know.
famous.
I guess it's only every like eon that you get like a spicy human or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and you're like, "Oh, I'm interested because I'm bored."
What's one to do?
Yeah, this Greek hero just washed up on my shores. This could be a fun tryst. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, I love how she was like, I'm better than your wife, but anyway, you can get on that raft if you want to, or you could stay here with me because I know my worth." And this is where she was like giving queen energy. And then like I love what he says back to her. He's like, "Please don't be enraged at me. I know my modest wife Penelope could never match your beauty." He's like just saying anything to get off this island. Like I don't think he thinks that about his wife. I think he's just like, "Yes, like you're so much better than my wife, but I need to get going." So,
I, I
see
gotta
ya.
get back home to my damn modest wife.
See ya. And my son.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Right? Telemachus. So, she is a
But then it
human. You are deathless and ageless. And I'm like, Yeah, he's just trying to get home. He's trying to get home at this point.
Which I find shocking because like after 7 years, you didn't like put two and two together, my guy. Of like just cutting trees down and like stringing them together. Like Jack
Have
Sparrow
he
roped sea turtles together. Come
he
on.
couldn't go into the ocean 10. Like he what was he supposed to do? Like I get why he stuck there for 7 years. He had just gone through the craziest time of his life. Poseidon hates him. The last thing I'm doing is getting in the ocean on a raft.
I'm calling Athena down here and I am dragging her and being like, put me on your back because
I
I'm
feel
getting
like
off here.
I feel like he felt abandoned. Like no one came for him for 7 years. And I get it. Athena is trying to get him home and like no one cares. So
No, it seems like Zeus forgot about him. He was like, oh, I thought didn't Troy end like years ago?
yeah, it's like great. Like the gods are just insane. It's like,
He really was like, somebody still, I thought they all went home. Didn't that end like a decade ago?
yeah, so like and in time, like 7 years to them is like 2 months for us. So they wasted 7 years of this man's life. Like, and he's already been gone for 20
While they were up like playing Parcheesi or something.
for a
Like,
war that they started.
yeah, and then they forgot about their players. It's like playing the game of life and then forgetting how
You
many
don't clean
days you
up.
have at the end for
Yeah.
taxes.
100%. So, yeah, I did kind of, this is the one time I did kind of feel bad for him where I'm like, damn, he just could not get in that ocean because he was just going to get whipped by Poseidon.
He did. He got literally the shit kicked out of him.
I know, but he was always going to make it home because he had Zeus's blessing. But I'm like, dude, he was going to just, without it, he would have died.
Oh, I mean, it just said he had to survive and make it there. And Poseidon said, you didn't say I couldn't put him right near death.
You weren't specific enough.
That's a damn loophole if I've ever seen in Greek mythology. But it's funny because when he gets, safe, and he's talking to Aeetes, this is what he says about his time abroad, if you will. So this is in book 7. He says, planning his words with careful skill, he answered, it would be difficult, your majesty, to tell it all. The gods have given me so many troubles. I will tell you this. There is an island far out in the sea, Ogygia, where the child of Atlas lives, the mighty goddess Calypso with smooth braids, the crafty Calypso, friend to neither gods nor mortals. Lovingly, she cared for me, vowing to set me free from death and time forever. But she never swayed my heart. I stayed for 7 years. She gave me clothes like those of gods, but they were always wet with tears.
Yeah, I mean, now he's back being Odysseus because he's getting home. So, like,
Yeah.
I feel like he was having a mental breakdown on that island. I feel like he was like, I'm gonna be trapped here forever. Athena does not care. I just was in this war. I can't get home to my wife. And now that he's like free and he's making it, I feel like he's like, oh, I'm back again.
Yeah, he's kind of like, "Woo, sorry about it, guys." Like, yeah, this goddess, she saved me, for 7 years. I thought I would help out, on her island. I thought she could use some extra hands around the house, and but my heart never swayed. I was always faithful to my modest wife.
I mean,
Not here to judge. That wasn't the question. It was, did she enchant him?
yeah, I mean, she saw him and was like, I'm gonna keep that man. He's in a pickle and I'm gonna use it to my advantage. But and he didn't say no. Well, we don't know. It's not like he said no. We don't know from reading the text. From reading the text, Jesus. From reading the book, it just seems like it
He
just
tripped and
was.
fell.
He tripped and fell. But also she was a really pretty goddess and was putting it out there and he was bored. So
What's a man to do?
I'm not saying it's right, but
It was a tall, exquisite goddess and not his modest short wife.
I mean maybe he didn't think he was ever getting home, So he was like, shit,
Shit, you only live once.
I'm only gonna encounter this once. So yeah, I think she was totally an enchantress, but I really do love reading about Odysseus and
No, I love it because she is like the enchantress because when she is kind of going toe to toe with Hermes, she kind of like claps back at him and is like, isn't it funny how all of the male gods can do what they want, but like anytime us goddesses see a nice man and we want to have a fun tumble in the sheets with them, you guys get your panties in a twist.
Hermes was just mad because she didn't want to sleep with him. Like
A
I was
hundred
reading that
percent.
through the lines.
And he was just like, I'm literally here because of my father. Like,
My father is the inventor of toaster strudel. That's what I was giving.
Way to sleep with me.
Yeah. Or should I go ask him for his help?
Yeah, he's literally like, you know what? I didn't come down here to start this. Like, just
Yeah.
let him go. He's just a man.
So I'm curious to know everyone's thoughts. And if you haven't read, book five's not long in the Odyssey. Read a couple lines. Let us know what you think. But speaking of Calypso, I am going to show the Enchantress candle because, the artwork is exquisite.
Oh.
So this is our Enchantress candle. It smells amazing. And there's a specific artwork of Calypso. Doctor,
Mm-hmm.
you want to give some insight?
I'm blanking on the artist right now because it's Friday, but I absolutely loved this piece of Calypso because it is literally kind of like those final lines of like she is like waiting for him to either come back to her or it's when she lets him go and like offers like a breeze in the wind to his raft. But it's kind of like she's just kind of like waiting, almost like a mermaid, like a siren, just kind of like, which who's gonna be the next man to like stumble upon my island?
I know, I know. She's super interesting and super cool. And I forgot how much I actually really adored her until like we dove back into the Odyssey again. Because it's been quite some time for me. Like, these stories, you remember them, but
Mm-hmm.
actually reading it line by line and being like, oh no, like she wanted him from the start. And yeah, good for her. Good for her. That's all I gotta say.
That's all I gotta say. I love this artwork because it doesn't show her face, which the artwork that we use, I like not putting faces in it
Hmm.
because I think it allows anybody who has it or who reads mythology, you can kind of like input yourself into that. So like when was the last time you enchanted a man or stepped into that confidence and like used it to get what you want? I kind of love that.
Maybe you need to do it again. Maybe you need some curtains hung and you're like, I this is what I say. I'm just a girl, and my brother's girlfriend says the same thing. Like, he's like, I'm tired of my sister and I'm tired of you because anytime you guys want to do something, it's just, we can't do it. We're just girls. And we're both on the same page about that, where it's like, I'll call my brother to put something together, and I'm like, I'm just a girl. And he's like, my girlfriend says the same thing. Like, why do women do that? I'm like, because it's your job to help.
Correct. Like with the 20 pounds of wax, I'm like, Kevin, you need to bring this downstairs. She's like, really? I'm like, I'm just a girl. I can't
I'm
lift.
just a girl. I mean, we could do it, but we're not going to.
Yeah, now I'm just a girl. And now I can say, I can't do that anymore. Doctor's orders. Goodbye. Excuse
100%.
me.
So maybe you
Throw,
need to start
throw
stepping in.
flowers and walk away.
Yeah, maybe you need to start stepping in the I'm just a girl. And just because we can do something doesn't mean we have to. Period. I mean, I'm not doing anything I don't want to do. I'm not entertaining men I don't want to entertain, or people for that matter.
He's just a man. Hit him with your car.
Seriously. Who cares? So yeah, that is what inspired our episode today. So those Divine Feminine Archetype boxes are out now. You can also
Mhm.
shop the Calypso the Enchantress candle. We have the Queen, we have Kore, we also have the Goddess.
Yes.
We also have some new Aphrodite statues in the store. We have the Nike of Samothrace. I mean, hot girls know Nike of Samothrace. Oh, you have a okay, mine's on my shelf
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. I was able to reach and get her. If I ever get to go to the Louvre, I think I would just stand in front of her and
Hmm.
cry for hours.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like bury me next to the Nike. Bury me with this Nike,
Hot
actually.
girls know the Venus de Milo hot girls, which we also sell in the store. It actually will come in one of the boxes. The maiden comes with a veiled maiden, but
Mhm.
yeah, if you're looking to bring in more of each archetype, that's why we created this. It comes with incense, comes with amazing things. So they're all things we
Yeah.
would want.
Oh, 100%. Hot girls know classical Greek art. Hot girls know wet drapery.
It's true. It's not always about the gods and the goddesses. Sometimes it's like the minor figures in mythology, like Calypso, that you just need some of that energy.
100%. No, I love it. I love the art. Oh, I love it all. The new Persephone art.
Oh, I know. I'm obsessed. So, yeah, that's it. I think that's it. Did you have anything else you wanted to add to today's episode?
No, that is going to do it for us too. Don't forget to check out all of the extra mystery cult content over for members only on YouTube and up for our Patreon members as well. And yes, we are diving into the mythology book this month. And I'm super excited for next month too. We have so many fun topics and everything. And of course, next week, we're getting down to the OG fight of it all, Poseidon versus Athena.
I know. Poseidon terrifies me, honestly. Like,
Like he's called the Earth Shaker for a reason. He's not called the puppy. Like,
we've been mentioning him like every episode just because we've been talking a lot about like heroes and like the Trojan War. And like
stuffy.
you don't have any of it unless you have Poseidon, right? Like I think we mentioned how he I don't know if it was an extra members content or this or how he like literally was in the midst of war as an old man coming and like giving direction to
Oh, that was the Zeus scared episode.
yeah, Zeus should be scared of him.
And he was. Poseidon was literally screaming at Iris, being like, "You tell him, I'll come up there."
Yeah, he's really fun to read about in mythology because outside of that, it's like I feel like he kind of just minds his business.
Yeah. He's the you poke the bear too much and now the bear is gonna kill you and drown you anytime you get in the water.
Absolutely. So I don't know. Stay tuned. We have a lot more coming with heroes, gods, goddesses, and more. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Leave a comment. What do you think? Do you think Circe was an enchantress, or not Circe, Calypso? Was Calypso an enchantress, or do you think that she fits actually another divine feminine archetype?
Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, one more thing. Don't forget, Dr. K and I have our own separate podcast as well that we do on the weeks that Sticks and Bones is not on. So if you are interested in learning more about magic, the spiritual stuff, you can come follow me over there. Like I said, I just dropped a vlog where I was giving you a tour of all of my Sticks and Bones stuff that I have in my house. And Dr. K does archaeology and history. So we do have some crossover and come hang with us. Come hang with us on our own podcast. You can find them in the description below. So
Yep.
we'll see you guys
Come
next time.
join. Come join all the myth girls for all the myth fun. All right, we will see you guys next time on Sticks and Bones. Bye.
Bye.